okay. You're being recorded.
Oh, and so they have a reducer?
Uh-huh. All the entrances are down, especially on these nooks. And what that does, it helps the bees protect their entrance from robbers and
Gotcha.
from hive beetles, moths, or just any pest, you know. Just a little puff of smoke.
Okay. All
You,
right.
you might want to put that smoker where the smoke won't get in your face, you know. There you go.
Down here by the entrance?
Yeah, because it will follow you for whatever reason
Yeah.
smoke does, you know.
All right, so now I'm going to open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's funny, I can feel it, the glue break.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now this one has a feeder in it.
Okay.
And I had to reduce it down because it was struggling.
And that's just to keep the hive strong, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so can I use my little tool here?
Sure. Just don't drop it. There you go.
Wow. So
Tell me what you see.
I see some yellow ones here with pollen,
Okay.
and there's a lot of wet ones.
Okay. That's
That
nectar.
is nectar, not necessarily honey.
Not necessarily honey. It will be honey when they cap it like
Okay.
this up here.
Gotcha.
See? All up in here.
Gotcha. Okay. And I don't see, I guess they don't put the larva in the honey or in the nectar.
Well, usually the larva, like, see these larger cells here? That's
Yeah.
drone. This is drone.
Okay.
See
Yeah,
the larger?
because they need to be bigger.
And
huh?
they'll put honey in the drone cells, okay?
Okay.
When they're not raising drones. And then, of course, there's some pollen.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, so now I'm going to set this one down.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to crush them when I set it down? Or
Well,
they'll get out of the
you
way?
just got to feel them, you know.
Okay.
If you feel a bee under there, just lean it up on its bottom.
Okay.
Okay?
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're going to look at the next one.
Mm-hmm. You're doing fine.
Oh, wow. This one's real stuck together.
Some of them will be a little bit heavier than the first one, you know, because it's got
Oh, yeah.
it's got honey and stuff on it.
Wow.
Okay, see this is brood.
And
Okay,
it's capped?
it's capped brood. This is honey.
Okay.
Then you've got nectar. I don't know. I hadn't seen no eggs. I'm not going to get up there. I'll let you look.
Yeah,
for
there's
eggs.
some larvae.
Okay.
Some,
So that means the queen's in
fat
there.
ones.
She's struggling right now.
yeah, I don't see any eggs. Just
Okay.
larvae.
Okay. The eggs are extremely hard to see. There's a little bit of brood I see on this one.
Yeah, and that other one, it was much lighter where all the eggs were. I guess it was a fresh comb, so it was, there's some more larvae.
All this is honey.
Wow. It's hard to see if there's any eggs in there or not.
I still have a hard time seeing the eggs, and if you can't see up close, they're hard to see. It's easier to see when the comb is older because it's black and the white stands out.
All right. I wasn't really paying attention to see if the queen was in there either.
Well, there's hopefully she's in there. She might not be though with the eggs, but there is larva, cap
Yeah.
larva, so she's been in here. This one's struggling.
Wow.
What you see in there?
So this all looks like honey that's capped.
Mm-hmm. You see any eggs?
I don't see eggs. But is the different color in the caps, does that mean anything or no?
Well, usually you'll get used to it. Like this is all honey, see?
Yeah.
This right in here is honey, this is honey,
Yeah.
you know. Even though it's a lighter color,
Yeah.
You know, it's newer comb or fresh wax that the bees made. So.
And how could you tell that they were capped brood?
Well, it looks a little bit different. Let me show you here. See, this is different than
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay.
They kind of are concave on the top.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see eggs in this one, so the queen, yeah, there is some eggs in there.
That's good.
So we just, you know, they're in there. She's in there. She's not doing too well, so.
Yeah.
Like
So
I said,
in
this
a-
one was struggling. I might put that too close there, so just.
Now, in a hive like this that you're, concerned about, how often would you check it?
I'll check this back in a couple of days
Okay.
and make sure that if I start seeing a lot of larvae, because the goldenrod is fixing to really put out a lot of nectar and a lot of pollen, it should pick up. I hadn't fed this one because they've still got quite a bit of honey, so.
Yeah. All right. And so then I can just slide this one back in there. And that's all there is to it, huh?
That's it.
So scared of hurting one of them.
Well, you don't want to mash them, you know. That's why. See how hard it is with gloves?
Yeah, you're right.
But you'll get used to it, you know. It's just, it takes some getting used to, and try not to mash them if you can, but eventually you're going to, so, you know, you're doing well.
That's funny. These two bees here have very different colors. Huh? This one's real yellow, and this one's real white.
Yep. And you'll see that, you know, most of the bees, I call them all mutts here in the United States because they've just been crossed over with so many different other breeds and stuff.
All right.
You want to go into this one?
Sure.
Okay. Get your smoker and you're doing well.
And then was this rock on top of here?
Just put it there on that wooden plug. That helps hold the lid down just in case something comes in here. I've got cats, so they will come flying through here.
Really? The bees don't ever mess with them, huh?
No, the cats, I think they've learned not to mess with the bees, you know, but the bees won't mess with nothing, you know, unless you're messing with them, and kind of like what we're doing, but you're being real gentle. You're not moving real fast or anything, so that's a plus. You don't want to drop anything or make any
and sometimes I get kind of clumsy, so I'm trying to really pay attention to, you know, not letting my clumsy get me.
This is a little bit stronger nuc than the one we came from, so.
It's real yellow.
That's a fresh comb this year.
And all yours are foundationless, huh?
No, this is all.
It has a
It's got foundation in it. They make these. They're called communication tunnels on the side. That's where the bees can get without having to go around. I don't use plastic. A lot of people will use plastic. I use regular wax foundation. It's just a preference. I prefer to use, but you know, but. You can see the honey.
Yeah, the ones I put together so far are foundationless, but they had I guess the holes in it to add foundations. I don't see anything in these empty comb, in
How about
the
the
empty
other
cells.
side? That's a honey frame.
Okay.
So that
And do they
means
often distinguish, or do they just mix it all together?
well, as it comes in, like if it's, you know, a certain species of flower, you know, and they're getting a lot of it, they'll put it all pretty well in the same place. But then again, you know, bees, they do whatever they want to do, you know.
On the other one, you were saying that they kind of had the brood and then, or the honey and then the brood and then some larvae.
Yep. That's more typical. During a heavy nectar flow, though, they'll put all the nectar in one frame. So
it's funny to hear them all start buzzing.
oh yeah, they know you're going to do something with them here. So. But all the bees, they're pretty gentle. I've only had about a dozen what I'd call real aggressive bees. And
I don't see much in this one at all.
hopefully that queen will get in there and start laying in there.
Yeah. No, I don't see any eggs.
Okay.
That's a big guy.
It's a drone.
Drone?
Mm-hmm. In a couple of months, there won't be hardly any drones.
They kill them off?
They kill them off. All they do is, well, they breed with the virgin queens.
Right. And how often does the queen need to breed?
One time. She
Just
breeds
once.
one time, and she'll breed anywhere from a dozen to
Wow.
30-something drones.
Wow. Okay, so I see
What is this?
pollen, and then this looks like that brood, huh?
That's brood.
And
Okay.
then some pollen down here.
Mhm.
Little nectar.
And the reason they keep pollen close to the brood or larva is so they can feed them.
Okay.
Okay. So this is
There's
more
some-
a typical brood frame. See any eggs?
No, I don't see any eggs.
Sometimes you gotta let the sun shine down in the
Right.
cells, you know, where you can see that little white
Yeah, I see some larvae.
rice looking. Yeah, now this queen's got a little bit better pattern. She's still kind of, of course she's new, so she's still struggling. These are the newer bees. You can tell they're kind of gray looking, you know,
Yeah,
and
okay.
fresh.
Oh, is that her?
She'll be marked.
Or is that
she's-
just a drone?
That's
huh?
a drone. This is a drone here. See her?
Yeah.
Seen? No, I
Yeah,
haven't
he's
seen the
big.
queen. I usually look for eggs
Ooh.
more so in larvae than trying to
Right.
beat up on the queen because she'll run from you.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you'll get lucky and she'll just freeze, you know, on the frame and stuff, and you can see her. But I usually don't even look for them anymore. If I spot them and she's not marked, I'll take time to paint
Gotcha.
a mark on her, you know.
So yeah, I see some more larvae that are growing bigger, but I'm still not seeing.
Yeah, see
any.
these are fixing to
Yeah.
be capped or come out, one of the
And
two.
do they put nectar or honey inside?
Well, they
with
only
them?
put so much. Once they get to a certain size, the bees will cap, and then the warmth from the hive will make them
Okay.
hatch into a bee. When they're raising a queen, they feed them royal jelly just till they're just floating in it.
And that's what
Then that's
the right
what,
hormone to make them turn into a queen?
and that makes them turn into a queen because they got lots of royal jelly to eat. The workers, they only limit just so much, just enough to get them to a larva stage. And
Okay.
once they reach the last part of the larva stage, then they'll cap the cell that they're in.
A lot of bees. Lots of larvae in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Some
It's good.
pollen.
Yep. That queen, she's picking up a little bit, so
Yeah.
that's a good sign.
Oh look, is that one hatching right now?
Point it to me.
Right here.
Uh-huh. Yep,
Oops, sorry.
sure is.
Look at that.
Yep, she's coming out.
And I was reading online, they help the drones, but the females, they make them struggle. They'll come and pull off the cap and help the drones out a lot, but
They're being bees.
yeah.
You can see the different colors and, you know, the different, some of them have got a little more fuzz or hair on them than the other ones.
Yeah. Wow.
Fascinating.
It is.
But you can see, you know, if they were aggressive or something, these bees here would be coming off.
Yeah.
You know, even though they're nurse bees, they're trying to protect the hive and the colony. So
Yeah, they don't seem to mind us at all.
let's flip it over and see what's on the other side. Oh, see that queen.
Oh, almost got you there, buddy.
There's a drone. See that big old
Oh
drone?
yeah, look at him. A couple of drones in there.
Let me see right in here. Let's see if they're... Well, thought that queen was right there. She might be on that other last frame. Hopefully she is, so you'll get a shot at her. But if you're not, you're seeing larvae and eggs and, you know, and capped brood. So this one's really picking up better than the first two that we've seen. So.
All right.
Queen should have a white or a green dot. I usually mark. I don't know if this one had a unmarked queen when I got them or not. But
Ooh. These guys seem very active.
That's a big old bee there, whatever.
Wow.
That's a drone.
Huh.
She's in there because there's eggs and a lot of larvae and a lot of capped brood.
Yeah.
So she's doing well.
And this is all honey.
This is honey, yeah. All this. And
Wow.
I don't know if there's some pollen in these or there might be a little nectar in it. But they should start really foraging now that the goldenrod is picked up.
Now, do you think it helps keep the hive strong that we have such a warm climate? I mean, there's stuff blooming kind of all the time, right?
Oh yeah, it helps them. And the more different kinds of pollen and nectar, if it's just all monocultural type agriculture, like just all cotton or all mesquite or all apple blooms or all almonds, it's really hard on the bees because they're not getting proper, a well-balanced nutritionist diet, just like us.
Gotcha.
You're doing well. It's good.
This one looks real nice.
You're not nervous with them, you know, you're not jerky or shaking the frames or anything, so
you know, they're
you're
being
a natural.
so calm, though. I don't know how I'd handle myself if they were.
Well, you do just what you're doing now. I mean, you'll know when you come across an aggressive or more aggressive hive. You know, it depends on the weather, or the bees just might be aggressive. So, good job. Good
Thank
job.
you. All right. This guy goes back on there.
Okay.
All right. Hey.
So what do you think?
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun.